Welcome back to Parnell Park. We've got the draw for the Senior 2 and Senior 1 go-ahead Dublin Senior Football Championships. To make the draw, we're joined by Elaine Dolan, Vice Chair of the CCC, and of course Mick Sievers, Chairperson of Dublin GAA. We will go with the Senior 2 draw first, if you want to go ahead, if you'll pardon the pun, which was actually unintentional. St. Vincent's looking to get back into Senior 1. Who will they play in the semi-final? Remember, the two finalists go up automatically. So this is a final of sorts. They'll play Plunkets. Well. The two of them battling for a place in Senior 1. We'll complete the draw anyway, even though we know who's left in the hat/cup. But we just want to do it officially and all that. St. Bridget's. And they will take on St. Sylvester's. Two tasty semi-finals. Remember, the winners of those games go up automatically. So, Coleman Goggins, we'll have a chat just about the Senior 2 semi-final draw. We'll start with Vincent's and Plunkett's. That is tasty.
Yeah, when you just look at the four names, that could easily be a Senior Championship 1 draw. They all have been close to the top in Dublin football for the last number of years. Vincent's and Plunkett's is a real humdinger of a game. You've got some old heads there with new heads coming through on both squads, I guess. And then Bridget's and Sylvester. Sylvester's probably a team on looking to get back to former glories, I guess. Probably struggled to maybe nail down a spot in Championship. But, two really tasty semi-finals to look forward to. Obviously, there's a big prize and go back into Senior Championship 1 for the two teams who win in the semi-final. Obviously, you'd like to go and win the championship outright as well. So, very interesting pairings. Look forward certainly to Bridget Sylvester's game because that's, there's two teams there. Bridget's probably, I won't say the older team, but Sylvester's probably with the younger group coming through. So really interesting tie. And then Vincent's, you wouldn't have expected maybe in Senior Championship 2. So they'll be really looking to recover back into Senior Championship 1.
There are 4 teams in the Senior 2 semi-finals who will see themselves as potential Senior 1 teams, but only 2 can get up. It'll be interesting to see which 2 come. And we'll step out again and allow Mick and Elaine back in for the Senior 1 semi-final draw. The detail, by the way, of the fixtures will be confirmed in the next couple of days, and you can keep an eye out on the Dublin GAA website and social media channels for more information, and we'll confirm the fixtures when we get the news in as to when they'll be played and where they'll be played. Right, let's get the Senior 1 semi-final draw. First out of the trophy. Just to remind you, Elaine Dolan, Vice Chair of the CCC, and Mick Sievers, Chairperson of Dublin GAA. Ballyboden St Enda's had a good victory today against Ballantyre St John's. Not a perfect victory, but a good victory. Any victory in a quarter-final is a good victory. And they'll play Nafina, who got the win yesterday against Whitehall Columkill. If you want to watch back that game, you can do so on the RTE player because RTE broadcast it yesterday. Well, we know who's in the semi-final, but let's just go through all the rigmarole anyway, just for show. Bit of glitz, bit of show in Dublin GAA. Thomas Davis. Coleman, even you could guess this.
I'm not so sure.
Thomas Davis against Kilmacud Crokes and Ballyboden against Nafina. No matter who drew who, it was always going to be tough. A very big thank you, by the way, to Mick Sievers, Chairperson, and Elaine Dolan of the CCC. So there you have it, the semi-finals in Senior 1. Ballyboden St Enda's against Nafina and Thomas Davis against Kilmacud Crokes. We'll start with Ballyboden and Nafina as they were the first 2 drawn out.
Yeah, great draw for, at this stage there's no easy draw, I suppose. If there was a short straw, it's arguably Thomas Davis have come up against Kilmacud Crokes. For Ballyboden, they put up a big score today before Ballantyre managed to reel them in a little bit with those 2 late goals. But they're very strong physically. Nafina, I think, in my opinion, the result they got against St Jude's earlier in the rounds gave them a bit of a lift, and they've now gone a step further than they have in a number of years, reaching a semi-final. So both teams well capable of winning on the day. Big task for Nafina because Ballyboden have been there before, but a good chance for them to try and get to a championship final.
Let's talk about Thomas Davis and Crokes, and we'll concentrate on Crokes because obviously we've just been talking about Thomas Davis for an hour, and we've known since maybe 10 minutes into the second half that they were going to the semi-finals. Kilmacud Crokes beat Cooley yesterday, and Robbie Brennan's interesting interview on RTE, and it was interesting because he said it was the biggest test that they've had since the All-Ireland final, and they came through it and it was a big deal. Can you maybe add a bit of meat to the bones there?
Well, you've gone from round robin matches where you have a chance whether you lose or draw to go again on the next day out. it's a knockout football now, so it's the first time that Kilmacud, they've obviously played league matches, but you're playing knockout football for the first time. We've seen Coola how strong they were. Probably disappointed that they didn't maybe get a result against Kilmacud. They did play that well in the game. But for Kilmacud, it lays down a marker of we haven't maybe been tested through the group stages. Coola gave us a good test, and we now move forward on the back of that test. Davis's would be hard to break down. We've seen them there, the way they set up, structurally from a defensive point of view. But Kilmacud just have a knack of winning matches now. They have a way of moving around the field that allows them to create scoring opportunities. So by no means writing Thomas Davis off, but it's a big challenge for them to lift their game for where Kilmacud are currently at.
It's 2 weeks to the game, so I won't push you for a prediction. I think it would be unfair anyway, because I'm not sure anyone could call a winner for these games. So the Senior 1 semi-final draw in the Go-Ahead Dublin Championship is Ballyboden St Enda's against Nafina, and in the second semi-final, Thomas Davis taking on Kilmacud Crokes. As I said, of the Senior 2 draw, keep an eye on the Dublin GA website and all the social media channels for confirmation of when those fixtures will be. They'll be on this weekend, 2 weeks, if that makes sense. But the detail of, well, I presume they'll be here, but when they'll be on will be released. And of course, they will be broadcast either by us, by TG Cahir, or RTE. You have a chance of 2 of the 3. I have a chance of 1 of the 3. So let's hope it's Dubs TV. Anyway, that's it from Parnell Park. A great semi-final draw just made. Thanks again to Elaine and Mick, and some tantalising games in both the Senior 1 and Senior 2 semi-finals. Don't forget, by the way, we're back here next Friday night. Thomas Davis in action today in the quarter-final. They got the win against Castleknock. Their ladies team in action against Kilmacud Crokes in the senior final next Friday. That's going to be live on Dubs TV, so we're looking forward to that. Thanks for joining us today. And if your team was involved in the draw and you're looking forward to the semi-finals, the best of luck to you. We'll catch you again soon. Bye-bye.